What's up, El Paso? Welcome back to this week's episode of Annie's Adventures and Friends. I can't wait to introduce you to my friends this week. They have two amazing local businesses that I want to make sure that you guys know about, check out, and support. We do possibly have another guest. Hopefully they're on their way here. If not, that's okay. We'll get them on another time. And that's the center of, let me make sure I say it right. The, what is it? El Paso Center of Diabetes. I wanted to say the words first. Anyways, so without further ado, let me flip the camera and introduce our guests, okay? All right. What's up, ladies? How are y'all doing today?
Good.
Thank you so much for joining me. I have Natalie with the Teethe Whitening Fairy. Yes, you're the Teethe Whitening Fairy here. And then we have Megan with Sun City Kitty. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. All right. You guys ready? Let's rock and roll. We're going to talk about a place where if you guys love cats, you just love them, this is the spot for you. You guys can go on in. Maybe you're not allowed to have them. Maybe your parents or your loved one is allergic to them. So you got to get your fix in whenever you can. This is absolutely the spot for you. Sun City Kitty, if you guys don't know about it, we're going to do a deep dive. And then, of course, I want to say it right, the Teethe Whitening Fairy. Okay, so I know if you guys watched last week's episode, we had Peter from Peter's German Bakery on, and this is his daughter. I met her while going in to talk to them, and so I'm super excited to have you on to learn more about your business and how you guys can go on and support them. You guys are looking for a spot to get your teeth whitened. This is the spot for you. Maybe a little bit of bling. We're going to talk about all that. You guys ready? All right. All right, we're gonna go on and start with Natalie, the Teethe Whitening Fairy. Thank you so much for joining me today. You got some cool stuff here. I'm gonna go on and zoom in. And what do we have over here?
All right, so we have a couple of things for tooth gems. We have the little tiny tooth gems there, and then we have the bonding and the adhesive and the glue. And then over here we have the teeth whitening stuff. So we have the gel right here, which is this right here. And then we have this spearmint, and it helps to remove anything from your teeth before the teeth whitening session goes on. And then this gel is for afterwards. It's like for vitamins and all that good stuff. Like I said, we have some tooth gems, a bonding. Over here, little tooth gems. And then we have how I apply it. And then we have the LED light for the tooth gems. And my gloves. Here's the business cards. And then we have the protection glasses that you must wear because the LED light will mess up your eyes if you stare into it. So
we don't want to do that.
Don't do that. So we have the mouth guards here. So this one I recommend when you're doing teeth whitening because most of the time people's lips are kind of big and you won't be able to get the bottom teeth at all. If you wear this one. But if you wear this one covers your entire mouth and lips and all you can see is your teeth. And then it makes it way easier to whiten. Perfect. And then for this one, it's okay if you want to do tooth gems with it. So that one's okay. Since the LED light is super tiny, it'll only be on like that too.
Okay.
But yeah, and then I brought the lamp over here. It's not too big, not too small.
This is so cool. Thank you for bringing these in here. So tell us, tell me about the Teethe Whitening Fair. Like, how long have you been doing this?
So I started not too long ago. It's been a year in September, so it's roughly been a year. It's been going pretty good. Yeah. So the way I started was I was looking on Instagram. And I wanted to get my teeth whitened. Yes. So I was like, well, let me look. And I found somebody. Her name is Lucy. Shout out to Lucy, the teeth plug. But so I went to her a couple of times, and then I noticed on her Instagram she was posting that she was training. So I was like, And at that time, I was a single mom. Now I'm not. Shout out to my boyfriend, Aaron. Anyways, back then I was a single mom, and I was just, trying to get my hustle on, trying to have a side hustle.
Of course.
So I took that in, mind you, working at my dad's bakery, and I was a caregiver. I was doing all kinds of stuff all at the same time. But yeah, that's how I started, and I like it. I mean, it makes people's smile look brighter, and people love to smile.
Of course. It's like your first business card, right? Is your smile. I think so. So how do people get a hold of you? I know we have your card right here, so make sure to make your appointments. How do they find you?
So mainly it's through advertising. I do have my logo on the back of my car.
Okay.
And then on the side as well. Excuse me. And then also I have an Instagram and a Facebook for it too as well. And my dad, he also shares my posts, so all his friends and clients. And
you got to share and support each other.
So yeah, that's how pretty much
That's great because I was going to ask you what type of marketing do you do. So you're mostly on Facebook and Instagram, and then I like how you said how you have the card magnets because that's super smart.
Yeah.
It's like a rolling billboard, right? So they can schedule through your phone number 719-963-6756. Bless you. And then let me see. How long do they need in advance to set their appointments?
I'd say it could be. I mean, if they text me right now, I'll just let them know what my availability is.
Okay, perfect.
So yeah, so usually since I work with my dad throughout the week, it's like it would have to be after 5.
Okay.
But on the weekends, it's more availability throughout.
Well, that's kind of cool too that it's after 5 because a lot of people. I mean, everybody's at work, right? So for you to do you go to them or do they come to you?
They come to me now. Okay. If I personally know that person, then I don't mind going.
Feel comfortable,
them,
sure, absolutely.
Yeah, but normally the first time it's like they come, to me.
Absolutely. And then what I want to ask about how long are the sessions? How many sessions is it? Like, how does it work?
So as you see in this picture, this is the first session, and that first session was 1 hour and 30 minutes. So that's what's recommended every.
That's 1 hour and 30 minutes.
An hour and 30 minutes under the LED light, and it does 30-minute increments. So I have to reset it every 30 minutes.
Sure.
But yeah, that's what it does. It does that under the 90 minutes.
Okay.
And then when they come back every 3 to 4 weeks to get a touch up.
Okay. And then it's about the same time each time?
No, so they can pick, I usually give out the recommendation, depends how their teeth look.
Sure.
So if they still look kind of a little bit yellowish and they want something brighter, then they would have to do the hour session.
Okay.
But if they look fine, they don't look too bad, then I'll just do the 45-minute session.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Perfect.
There's that.
It just depends on the individual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
And what age do you have to be, or is there an age limit?
So the craziest thing is that I asked that too because my daughter has a 7-year-old baby. She's like, I want to get my teeth white. I'm like, I don't think, you can't. No, they have to. Earliest is 11. That's
Perfect.
still kind of young,
Yeah.
But 11 is the youngest. And tooth gem, at whatever age.
Tell me about the tooth gems.
I've done on my daughter, these little tiny ones.
The tooth gems you do it with your daughter? Oh, I can imagine that's super cute, right, for your kiddos?
Yeah, she loves them. So these tooth gems, these are not like the gems that you put on your nails, ladies, so don't even try.
Okay. Good notice on that. Don't try this at home.
Yeah, the ones on the nails, whenever they dissolve, you can die.
Oh my God.
So let's not do that. But these I can't say the words. Slavashki, I can't say.
Oh, the Schwartz.
Yes, there you go. Something like that.
Say, yeah,
so these are safe and they're okay. If you swallow them, it's okay. My dad even asked me, what happens if you swallow? I'm like, well, nothing. I mean, I swallowed a couple and I'm still here. I'm still here, Dad. But yeah, I know tooth gems at whatever age and how many ever you want. I mean,
it's just basically a gem on your teeth, right?
You just glue it on there pretty much.
I love it. And you can see examples on your Instagram page.
Yeah.
That's where I went and saw
And
some.
I've had these on since July.
Really?
The ones on.
They last that long? Wow.
You just have to be very
Unless you're like a meat eater, right?
Yeah, you just have to be very careful, especially the first 2 to 3 days. You have to be very gentle because if not, they're gonna pop off.
Oh wow!
I've had a lot of customers. Oh, I pop off. I'm sorry. Did you eat after? Yes. I'm like, I gave you the aftercare.
Come back. Schedule another session.
Come back.
I love it.
What I usually do the first time that it falls off, it'll be free.
Okay.
But the second time, I'll charge you.
Sure.
A little bit,
It's another session. I hear you.
The first time is free, but. Yeah.
Perfect. So again, the tooth gems you can do on anybody, and then we want at least 11 years old for the whitening.
Yeah.
And you can schedule as many sessions as you want or need, and you'll give the recommendations as far as the charts, right? And then is there anything else that we want to mention? Did we forget anything, Natalie?
No, I think we're good.
We covered it all?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for bringing everything in and showing us and telling us about your business.
Oh, yeah, the address.
Yeah, the address and how do they find you?
I can't really reveal the address, but I'm just going to let you know. It's by Montana, close to, what is that place? Close to Piedras, I would say. Close to
so you're in Central.
Yeah, Central.
Okay,
so it's Central
perfect.
area, just to let you guys know.
I love it. That's a hot spot. I love it. And of course, you get the address when you book your appointments, guys. Follow her on Facebook, on Instagram. You can give her a call. Schedule on social media. Also, I wanted to ask you, do you have any tips or advice for business owners?
Tips and advice. I would say advice. Honestly, this anybody can do it,
Yeah.
but you have to know how to explain it. Manage your time wisely. You know, especially for example, me. I have a daughter. I have two animals, a cat and a dog. I pay all the bills mainly, so yeah, this helped out a lot. So I recommend if you were like, should I do that? Just do it.
Just right.
Go for it.
Yeah, and stay consistent with it. And
stay consistent. Yes, be very, very consistent with it. If not, because I've noticed one time I just like stopped posting for a while, and
there's a good point right there.
You have to
stay active,
post and post and post, and then you have to see the hashtags nowadays. What are they using? You know,
exactly.
What's going viral? What's not? And
hi, come on in and join us.
Hello. Sorry.
No, you're fine. We'll go on and introduce you right now.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah, no, just stay consistent and you can do it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Awesome. Real quick, Araceli.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us. I just want to introduce you real quick. Thank you for joining us. I know traffic can be crazy, so thank you again. And you're joining us today from the El Paso Center of Diabetes.
Yes, I am.
Awesome. I'm gonna go on and head over to Megan right now, and then we'll go on and hit back. Okay?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Megan. Sorry, let me find a place to put this bad boy. All right. I got this Osmo. I love this thing.
That is very cool.
It's very cool. And it could be way cooler. I just don't use the app because I don't know how to do it. I was telling, my favorite story is to tell everybody, the first time I got this, my first episode, half of it was spinning, the other half was upside down. But it's like Annie's Adventures, right? And just go with it. We posted it. It worked. Whatever. Got the information out there. But now we can work it, just got to place it. So thank you so much for coming in. I'm super excited for you. Congratulations on your second location. You got up in Las Cruces. So El Paso and Las Cruces, you now have a very cool spot to go and hang out with some kitties. And I'm just going to kind of let you take it away. What got you inspired to do this? How long have you been doing it? How do they find you? All that good stuff.
Fantastic. So we are Sun City Kitty. We are the local cat cafe. And so on one side of each cafe, we have a full service coffee shop. So you can get coffees and specialty milk teas. We do all hand blended loose leaf teas.
Milk teas?
Yes.
What's that?
So have you ever had like boba?
Yeah.
So the type of milk tea that boba
the
goes
foam
in,
ones.
but without the boba, effectively.
Okay, that's very cool.
Yes, they're amazing.
And you got the fancy coffee machine too.
We
I do like to
do.
mention that because that is very important for those coffee drinkers out there that go roaming and they're like, oh, is this Folgers? No, it is not. They got the fancy machine and everything.
We do. We serve 210 coffee, and
nice.
so we like to keep it local.
Local.
And 210 is wonderful. I'm very, very proud of our coffee.
I love it.
So we have a full service coffee shop, and then on the other side of the room, we have a cat utopia where we house cats from El Paso Animal Services in El Paso and in Las Cruces, Mesilla Valley Animal Services. And we are certified rescue partners with both. And so their kitties come and live with us until they get adopted, and you can pay a small fee to take your coffee in and go hang out with them. We do really, really fun events. We have an event coming up on Sunday that is K-pop. So if you're into K-pop, you can come out, and we have crafts and a dance-off. And cup sleeves that are free with drink purchases and some really amazing K-pop vendors. And so we encourage you to come out to that, and we do yoga with cats.
What?
Which is really super fun. It's a great time. There's cats and mats and chaos, and it's great. Painting with cats is also just pure unadulterated chaos. And it's absolutely wonderful. And then in February, and we don't have the date quite hammered out yet, but another local store, Game Vault, is going to be hosting an Exploding Kittens card tournament.
I've heard of that game. I've heard of it.
So
Is it?
It is. It's very, very fun. And we'll have time beforehand to where if you want to be part of the tournament but you don't know how to play, we'll show you how to play.
Oh, perfect.
Game Vault will be there showing people how to play some of their favorite board games, and they'll have a pop-up shop. So we do a lot of events with the community. We really like to sponsor and show off local businesses and collaborate with local businesses. And then, of course, with the city through Animal Services and several local foster and trap and release groups.
Okay. Trap and release groups.
Yes. So one really big tool in your tool belt of controlling the cat population without having to resort to euthanasia is when shelters are full, but you have a colony that's breeding a lot, is they can go trap the members of the colony, spay and neuter them so they don't continue to breed, and then re-release them to the area that they were thriving in before.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
So it's neat that you even help with adoption of cats.
Yes.
Wow.
So you can come in and adopt most of our kitties. We have a couple of full-time residents. And then a lot of times we have one or two kittens that are hanging out until they get fixed, and they can't be adopted until they get fixed. But usually about 90% of our cat room is adoptable at any given time.
Wow.
So you can come, get to know cats. And because of that, we specialize in older and needier cats that might be passed over if they're in animal services in a cage, because people can come, get to know them, get attached to them. We can tell them what their favorite toys are and what their favorite foods and what their favorite treats are, and they're a lot more likely to get adopted.
Wow. Look what you're doing. That's so cool. That's so,
I
know, right? And it's a perfect thing to do with your whole family. You can take kids, like kids love this. I always,
Yes, they do.
when I was at the salon, every day I pass by and I see like kids like open, kind of, like suction cups to the window. Yeah. So tell us, it's for the whole family?
Oh, yes, absolutely. We absolutely love kids. Anybody under 14 just needs to have a parent with them. But we have tons of families. Monday through Wednesday, we do buy one, get one on cat time until 4 p.m. So that way people with really little kids and they're not in school and you want something affordable to do with them, you don't have to pay twice to bring them in. We try to do a lot of kids events. We did a Book Nook event the other day where we had Cactus Flower Bookery, a local bookshop, come in, and they had like kids books, and if you bought a kids book, you got to take your kids in free. We try to keep like coloring pages, and so if you come with two kids and the little just really is not feeling it and you want to take them out, the sibling can stay in the room and enjoy themselves, and they can color. We love families, and we love when people come and visit us.
And you guys are located in the shops at Solana.
Yes, our El Paso location is in the shops at Solana, upstairs in the food court, and our Las Cruces location is in Mesilla Valley Mall, right at the entrance to Dillard's.
Oh, perfect. I didn't know that one yet, so I got to swing by and check it out. You guys just opened that one, so make sure if you're in Las Cruces to go and support as well. And real quick, so if there's a local business out there that is like, oh, we want to partner with you, how do they do that?
Shoot us a message on Facebook or Instagram. We are at Sun City Kitty EP on Instagram and Sun City Kitty on Facebook. Or if you just go to our website, suncitykitty.com, there's a big old contact us button, and that goes directly to our email. It's not like filtered or anything. It goes straight to our email. One of the owners will see it. We love partnering with local businesses.
Yes.
We just found out today that we're going to be sponsoring a category for El Paso Inc.'s Best Pets of El Paso contest, which is going to be really super fun, and we love the community, and we love working with people in the community.
That's so cool. I love it. And how do people find you?
So the biggest one, our probably biggest following, is on Instagram at Sun City Kitty EP. We also try to keep up with our TikTok because cat videos are fun anytime. And so that is also Sun City Kitty EP, and Facebook at Sun City Kitty, and then suncitykitty.com. We have a local group that keeps up with the website, and they do a great job. So that's usually up to date too.
Awesome. And that leads into what type of marketing do you do?
So like anybody else in this day and age, social media is our biggest one. It's easy and it's accessible and it's fun and it goes right to the community. But we've also had a lot of luck doing these sponsorship events like with El Paso Inc. And getting, your name around town and getting to where you begin to be associated with community events and being associated as being a staple in the community and the city. And so we've tried to establish ourselves as that staple. We sponsor a lot of high school bands so that we end up on the trailers, and we like to do fundraisers for local groups.
That's cool.
And that helps with marketing a lot too.
Yeah. Stay active in the different ways to get your name out there, right? I love it. And how long have you been open?
We opened May of 22, so coming up on 2 years.
Awesome. Congratulations. That's so exciting. Did we cover everything?
I think so.
Is there anything either of you guys are requesting from the community by chance? I do like to ask that too.
Come and hang out.
Right?
With
Go
us.
support local businesses.
Yes, this is a slow time of year for all local businesses right out of Christmas.
How about this? You come to the bakery and you get 10% off.
I love
it. 25 Shadow Mountain Dry Sweet Eye.
Yes.
And I've been to that bakery.
What's the name of the
So
bakery?
good.
Peter's Driven Grow
So
Bakery.
good. Oh, it's so good.
It's a must
so good.
for sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were on last
I missed
week.
it.
Yes. Absolutely. And like you mentioned, it's a slow time of year. Just like all throughout the year, we want you to support. But right now, really go and show some love as often as you can. Book yourself some sessions, some kitty time. And I asked you, do you have any tips and advice for business owners?
Like I said, my biggest two would be try to establish yourself as a local foothold, as something that people associate with your community and loving your community. And the biggest one, at least for me personally, is if you have good people on your team, learn to delegate, learn it early, embrace it, because otherwise you will burn out really fast.
And that's why you built your team, right?
Yes, I have the best team in the world. We have the most wonderful employees. If you go visit and see our employees, tell them thank you and tell them that I said they're wonderful. Aww. Because they are. But build a wonderful team and let them do things, or you will kill yourself.
I love it. Yeah, it's all about the people you put around yourself, right? I love it. I love it. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in today, Araceli. You're here with El Paso Center for Diabetes.
I am.
Again, thank you so much. I know it's crazy in the middle of a work week, and we actually have traffic now. It's like a real thing in El Paso. It's weird. So I just kind of want to invite you guys on to inform the public of what you guys got going on. I know you guys are constantly educating the public on diabetes, offering tests, all kinds of cool things. So I want to just be like, hey, make sure, yes.
So I'm a dietitian for the El Paso Center for Diabetes. And so we have a great program there at our location. But first, I invite the whole community to go into the website and go into diabetesnowwhat.org.
Diabetesnow.org.
Diabetesnowwhat.org.
Oh, now what?
And so this is a place where you would go in there to take a risk test.
Okay.
And so basically when you go into this website, it invites, if you kind of think, you know what, there's a risk factor here. When a family member of mine has had diabetes, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, that's a big risk factor.
I feel like in this community, it's
right. And then also ethnicity. You know, we're a big Hispanic community, so that's a big risk factor as well. If we're physically inactive and we may have a BMI higher of 25, which kind of puts us in a higher.
Wait a minute.
Let's
What's a BMI?
It's the body mass index.
Okay.
So a BMI of 25 is considered normal weight. And so, we're having a little bit of excess weight. You have somebody in your family with diabetes. So some of the risk factors, you're Hispanic. And so you're more than welcome to come into this website. And it'll ask you a series of questions, especially if you've had gestational diabetes. So what is gestational diabetes? Gestational diabetes, you've had gestational.
My mom has diabetes and my grandma has diabetes.
Right. So gestational diabetes is diagnosed when you're pregnant, you go into the doctor's office, it's your third trimester, they'll give you a glucose test. And so what happens an hour after that, then your numbers are out of range. They kind of wait 2 hours later. And so what should happen after 2 hours, the sugar should not be in our blood. They should go wherever they need to go. And so what happens is now we're kind of sensing a metabolic disorder. So what happens is the pancreas cannot produce enough insulin for mom and baby. Maybe it's because baby is too big. There could be many factors.
Sure.
And so at that point, you're diagnosed with gestational diabetes. Once mom has a baby, chances are you won't have diabetes. But it'll kind of haunt you back later in life.
Oh, interesting.
And so we really have to keep an eye on our labs. And that is a risk factor as well. So if you've been diagnosed with gestational diabetes, then that's a risk factor.
Like you said, it will come back later on.
Right. Okay. So then when you take this risk factor, so once you say, you know what, I've had gestational diabetes, so then you check the box. And so now you have a point. And so the more points you have, then you're at a greater risk of having diabetes.
Sure.
So if you score something above higher than 5 points in this risk test, then chances are you may at some point be diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. You know, you're feeling tired, you're feeling thirsty, increased hunger, increased weight gain, or it could be I'm losing weight for no reason. All of a sudden, in the last 2 months, I've lost 20 pounds.
Wow.
So then you kind of start seeing just some changes in
your body, yeah.
And so then you start checking off boxes. And then so if you're, the risk factor, you have more than 5 points. So then it's kind of like, okay, I better go into the El Paso Center for Diabetes and kind of get the education that I need. Or if you score under 5, there might be some chances for pre-diabetes. Of course, we encourage you to go to your physician, get the labs. Don't miss out on doctor's appointments. But then when you come to the El Paso Center for Diabetes, we offer tests there, which we could do a fasting glucose, just to kind of let you know what your sugars are at fasting. But the one that's really important is the hemoglobin A1C. So the hemoglobin A1C is a 3-month marker that'll give you, it's more of a diagnosis per se. We don't diagnose there at the center, but it'll give you a guide as to where you're at. So 5.7 to 6.4 is considered pre-diabetes. Above 6.4, then it's typically, okay, let's go get it checked out and get a diagnosis. So then there is a chance that you may have type 2 diabetes. So once that does happen, then, of course, you're going to the doctor, checking your labs. Then we get a referral from your physician, and we have what we call diabetes self-management classes at the center.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so you come in, we do an initial assessment with you, gather data, medical history, medications, nutrition, activity, so forth. So it's a lot of getting to know the patient. So it's more of a gathering information. Then after that, then we teach classes at the Diabetes Center, which we're located on Montana and Hawkins.
Okay.
So right behind, close to the golf course on Hawkins, Lone Star Golf Course.
Yes.
Right behind the Border Patrol. And so we teach Spanish and English classes. So there's a total, it's 10 hours of classroom time.
Okay.
So we go from pathophysiology of what is prediabetes, what is type 2 diabetes, all the way to how to use a glucometer, what do numbers mean.
How incredibly helpful for the community.
Right. It's extremely good. The importance of doing physical activity. What are medications? Where do they work? So a whole pharmacology class kind of. And then we finish with nutrition.
Okay.
So once we're done with nutrition and you've completed all the classes, and we do an individualized meal plan.
Oh, cool.
And then all of this is kind of, we're having that rapport with your doctor.
Yeah.
Kind of letting them know what we're seeing with your numbers. And the greatest thing is the outcomes that we see. We see great outcomes. We feel people have hope. We feel the community feels like, you know what? I feel like I am in control. I don't let diabetes take control of me.
Sure.
And so then the attitude changes. And so we see huge changes in sugars, weight, cholesterol, just hypertension. So that's pretty much what we do at the center. So we do the free hemoglobin A1C testing. So it's always good to go to the risk factor. And even if you go into this website, there's also health tips. There's also just information that's so good that you can, maybe there's a doctor, maybe there's an endocrinologist. So
sure.
So we kind of group up with other members from the community that kind of put information into this website. And then of course we have our own website too, El Paso Center for Diabetes. And we also list our classes there. We have cooking classes as well at the center.
Oh wow, that's so neat.
Yeah, and they're free, so
I gotta go to that. That'd be a cool thing to promote.
Yeah. So once you come to our classes, and people get really pumped about cooking, and so then now come to our cooking classes, and so it's fun because nutrition is fun. It's not about eating foods that are bland or being like, I'll never be able to have a banana again. I'll never be able to eat rice. I'll never be able to eat oatmeal. And so that's really not the case. And so we have our cooking classes. There's 5 classes. They're taught by a chef. And so I encourage people to come. And they're called Sabrosa Vida. We have a very nice kitchen. And then you get to make the food, and then you get to eat the food.
Yes, sign me up. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, why not? I mean, especially if you're wondering, you do have it, whatever it is, it's just a community for you, and to understand a little bit more. You know what I mean? It never hurts to get more information if you already know this stuff, or you probably don't. And again, diabetes is something that's from children to adults.
Right. And so we are seeing a lot more kids with type 2 diabetes.
Is that right?
Just because they're less physically active. They spend a lot more time with their iPads, and so we do encourage you to come out and kind of get educated. They're fun classes. We make them very hands-on. Classes average between 2 to 2.5 hours long, and so we assign homework. How to read your numbers. So it's a quite an experience.
Very educational.
Very educational, and we want to just let the community, we're there. And we're there for them, and we're there to educate. And so that is our mission statement, is to educate and empower the community and be with them along this journey.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's awesome. And like we kind of mentioned, I feel like diabetes is something that's pretty common in our community here. I mean, growing up, I had family members with diabetes and so forth. So, you know, I remember growing up and certain meals and shots and insulin and all that kind of stuff. So, I'm sure things have changed. You know, there's different things all the time, but it's nice to have a place to go and educate yourself, and also your family, because you need to know what's happening. Like maybe your family member does have like I'm not sure what they're called, like your sugar drops or whatever. You need to know how to help them.
Exactly. So what happens too is you know, we if a patient's coming to our class, we also encourage them to bring somebody like a support.
There you go.
Either it could be the wife, it could be a caretaker, because they're the ones taking care of them, cooking for them, and so they also want to know what's going on. And so we do encourage, we allow a guest to come in, especially if it's for that support group.
Sure.
And so we want this education to be passed on to others as well, because that's what we want to do. And so with prediabetes, we could reverse prediabetes. You know, maybe you were diagnosed with it, but there's just maybe some
Preventative.
minor changes that you can make, and then, you know, then we prevent that. So then it's just it's so neat to see that. And so education. And so things have changed. And so we also get, you know, man, I've had diabetes for 20 years. If I would have known this program was here, I could have taken this 20 years ago, and now I could have been way ahead of the game. I could have prevented all these complications. I could have prevented me, you know, my eyesight is not where it needs to be. Now I have what we call retinopathy, which is issues with your eyes, or wounds not healing properly, or now things get complicated just because we didn't manage sugars. And so then we get that all the time. We're like, you know, but how long have you been here? And we've been here for a long time. And so we want to invite the community. We want to let the community, we're there for them, that we're there to educate. And so we have we work together with the doctors. We also go out to the doctors and kind of going back to like marketing, we go and let them know we're there. We take most insurances.
Oh, great.
And so, I mean, again, if you've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, it will cover the program. And so
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That you guys are there for the community. And they can follow on social media as well.
They can. Paso Center for Diabetes on Facebook and Instagram. So we have those two sites, and then we have our website. And they can come. If they want to get their hemoglobin A1C tested, they can call us at 915-532-6280. And they just want to make sure we're open, but for the most part we are open. They don't really need an appointment. They don't need to be fasting for the hemoglobin A1C.
Okay.
So it is, we prick their finger, we do draw some blood, and it takes about 15 minutes. No, I would say even less, like maybe 10 minutes altogether, and we'll give you a number of where you're at. And so a lot of people fear this because they kind of don't want to know. But I feel it's better to know and kind of, you know what do I need to
help
do?
control it,
How can I manage this? And it is manageable.
Or like you said, maybe some preventative things even to help it make it less, whatever, you know, I don't know. Awesome. This is really good information. And you guys also have events throughout the year and things like that, so they just need to follow to keep up with that.
So we have events. We also do a kids camp, which is a great event for type 1 kids.
Okay.
And so we're hoping to do a teens camp as well. And so with the kids, it's amazing because we get all these kids from the age, small kids, like 3-year-olds.
Yeah.
And they are like pros. They're like, they have their own, they check their sugar, so they have their glucometer, they have an insulin pump. They have what we call a CGM, which is a continuous glucose monitor. And they are like so wise. Like they know how to count carbs. They know how much insulin they need. They need to check sugars. They know like, okay, I'm going to be running around. Maybe I don't need that much insulin. We took them out to the movies and they're like raising their hands and they're like, did you calculate the number of insulin I need for these gummies I'm about to eat?
Dang.
Who would even think of that
Not
when
me.
you were a child? I mean, it's sad to say because when we were kids, I mean, you just play. You
No,
know,
the
or
only
you
thing
just
I was
eat
counting
candy
was
or-
like, hey, I got 5 and they got 10.
Yeah,
Where's the rest
but
of
you're
mine?
not going to be thinking insulin. But,
Not at all.
but then what's so nice is that they feel they're around kids that have
Similar,
they
yeah.
have similarities
Peers.
together.
Uh-huh.
And so they feel like, okay, I'm not alone,
Yeah.
you know? And so they kind of talk the same language. They kind of see the same pods on them. We took them swimming. And so then we just kind of get to explore how sugars are impacted. And so we do a whole week of kids camp. So it's educational. We get to do fun activities
That's
with them,
cool.
game, prizes, movies. So we do that every
When
year.
is that?
Usually that's in July.
Okay. So
So
people
it's in
can
the
sign
summer.
up now.
People can sign up. So we kind of are in touch with endocrinologists for peds. And so we say, you know, please let the parents know
Yeah.
it's free of charge.
Yeah.
It's an amazing
Why
camp.
the heck not?
Yeah.
I love
And
it.
it's all fun. And so what's so nice is year after year, we get to see some of the same kids
Yeah.
come. So they make their own friends and they get
Oh,
to
that's
see
cool.
each other at camp. And now it's like, wow, now they're moving over to teens and they've been with us since they were little kids.
Yeah.
And so they now teach the younger ones. And so
Okay.
they want to volunteer now
Sure.
for the kids camp.
Yeah. Give
And
back.
so
That's
it's
really
a
cool.
great experience. And we also have we have a fall festival,
Okay.
like for Halloween.
Uh-huh.
And so we kind of have a hall and we have games and we have healthy snacks
Sure.
and we drop, you know, just pumpkin carving. We just fun stuff
Yeah.
for the kids so they feel, you know, it's okay for them to have fun and they're just, they may not get all the candy, but then, you know,
There's
they
other
know,
things,
they
yeah.
know that, you know, oh, this is great. You know, we're having the healthy snacks and, you know, we just do activities for them. So it's really, it's very, what's the word? I think it's just very nice to see the outcomes from the
Absolutely.
people. And, yeah, it's very gifted. It's very gifted job just
I
to
love
kind of
it.
see. So yeah, it's nice to follow us on our social media and kind of see all the activities and that we have throughout the
Sure.
year.
And real quick, for those classes that you have now, how do people register for those?
So we get a referral. So the first step is to take the risk test, or if you've already been diagnosed, so then you tell your doctor, you know, I really want to go take some nutrition classes.
Perfect.
It's a diabetes self-management classes. It's the El Paso Center for Diabetes. Can I get a referral?
Okay.
And so the doctor does a referral. They fax it into us, then we call them.
Okay.
And we gather the information and we schedule the first appointment to do their initial assessment. That's a one-on-one.
Yes.
And then after that, then we have group classes. So my group classes could be up to 20.
Okay.
So we have 2 in English and 1 in Spanish.
Perfect.
And one's in the evening for the people that work late at night.
Sure.
And then we have the other 2 for the morning.
Okay.
We're hoping to do a support group here soon. We kind of had to stop that with COVID.
Sure.
But that's also a very nice thing to have at our place. Just because we have those, that it's kind of nice just to kind of talk and just
For
share
parents and
testimonies
exactly
with
exactly.
the kids and stuff. So we're hoping to open that support group soon as well.
Awesome. You guys have a lot
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, it's fun all year. Like
Yeah.
it's events, it's
I went
classes.
even to a painting reveal last year with you
Oh,
guys.
yeah, at the outlets.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that mural.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we you know, we're always Sandra, the director. She's amazing, and she's always you know, out in the community talking about the center. We're more in house teaching consultations, and so
Perfect.
there's 3 dietitians now, and so
Okay.
we're busy.
I love it.
Yeah, we're busy.
Very
So,
cool.
yeah.
El Paso. Follow them. Check them out. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention? Did we cover it?
No, just I mean, it's nice just to come out and check out our classes
Yeah.
and do preventative to avoid having future complications.
And spread the word.
And spread the
This-
word,
If this is
definitely.
for you or a family member or a friend, chances are we probably know somebody. Just share the information, share this video, share their pages, share the events that they have, because you guys post all the time.
Right.
So I highly encourage you to go and follow them, support them, and tell them I sent you. And real quick, I asked you about marketing. What type of marketing do you guys do?
Well, we do social
media?
media,
Okay.
and we also go visit doctors.
Perfect. And do you have any tips or advice for businesses?
Just tips for businesses, just work together, having teamwork,
Yeah.
just showing that you care for the community, work with passion. I
Yeah.
think when we work, I just feel like a lot of the local owned businesses, we're passionate about what we do. And so when you kind of show that passion for your customers, your patients, then it's a calling, like people want to come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They gravitate
Oh my
toward it,
goodness,
right?
yeah,
I love
for
it.
sure.
And you guys are a nonprofit?
We're not.
Okay, perfect. I just like to mention that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you guys need from the community right now?
No, I think we're good. Just kind of spread the word, let them know that we're there, and hope to see more people come and get their hemoglobin A1C tested.
Yes, I love it. Thank you so much,
You're
Araceli.
welcome.
All right, real quick, El Paso. How do I? Hi, how you doing? Thank you so much for tuning back in this week. We had, as you saw, an amazing show, a lot of great information, things to do with the family. Make sure to, take care of your family. Also, as far as checking for diabetes and all that kind of things that we need to keep on top of. And it's something that affects the whole, all age groups. Yes, groups. Thank you. Jeez. I just learned to talk today. Also, if you want to get your teeth whitening, we're all interested in that. Go on and reach out to Natalie and tell her I sent you. A huge shout out to our sponsors. Thank you so much to Star City Studios and Production for allowing me to utilize your space here every week. I greatly appreciate it. We have Dead Beach Brewery. They just opened their doors, so make sure to go check them out. Grab a beer, grab some food, and tell them I sent you. We also have Viva La Mocha. If you're looking for any El Paso swag, you guys need anything printed, bags, shirts, gear, whatever it is, hire Viva La Mocha, El Paso Zoo Society. Get your memberships, guys. You can go to the zoo any day and see the animals and pay one price. It's good for the whole year. You get discounts. We got penguins. Go see the penguins. So do that. And of course, El Paso Family Dental as well. I'm going to be getting aligners soon. So stay tuned to check out that process with me. And if you guys are interested in doing any featured posts on your business on Annie's Adventures, please reach out to me as well. I'm here to help. And then also, as maybe you don't know, I work at Leo Marketing. It's a local full service marketing agency here in El Paso, Texas. We can help you with everything from brokering deals at no cost to you for TV, radio, billboard, print, and online streaming to social media. Video production is huge for us. Graphic design, photography, SEO, Google, branding, PR, everything and anything you can think of, we can help you. Reach out to me. I'd love to help in any way I can. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Actually, I won't. I'm going to be in Vegas next Wednesday, just for the day. We're just going for the day, and then we're going to be back, so I'll see you the following week. All right, see you later. Bye. Thanks for going local.